Hello everyone, it's been a while. There's actually two Killer Bean games, one called Killer Bean Unleashed, a sequel to Killer Bean Forever, in which you get revenge on the Shadow Agency. There's also a short-lived animated series called Killer Bean, in which it is a sequel to Killer Bean Forever, in which you get revenge on the Shadow Agency.
I need their location, Kessler. I need the Shadow Agency's current location, so I can go pay them a visit.
Also, heads up, Killer Bean, the animated series, has nothing to do with the topic of today's video, Killer Bean, in all caps. Although with a near identical name, the Killer Bean, in all caps, is the PC game that came out this summer, in which you play as Killer Bean, who wants to get revenge on the Shadow Agency.
You look just like a Shadow Bean. You thinking about joining them?
No, I'm going to destroy them.
Ha! You! Oh, I like you!
Killer Bean is probably one of the most messiest games I've played in recent years, yet it is such dumb fun, I cannot simply put the controller down. In the world of indie games, ones that try to be the next Kojima or Suda, ones where they want to come off as something more profound, in which it all ultimately leads into nothingness, with the writing comparable to more like a young adult novel.
Some days, I feel nothing at all. But you pick the right song, it holds you in the moment, gives it meaning.
Killer Bean is simply dumb enjoyment. It wears its indie, self-made, DIY, garage band feel and everything. Gameplay, music, voice acting, and more, if intentional or not. The gunplay is very simple, not much depth. Like, there's that cool breakdance move from the movie, pretty much kills a number of enemies. Hella glitchy though. And that weird bullet ricochet maneuver from the end, while both aesthetically cool, in the end it is rather situational. When the problem arises, use it. But in the ordinary gun battle, just bullet dodge as if you're Chow Yun Fat. It is far more efficient in mowing down foes, although I do like the wrestling moves. You can melee attack your enemies, and when they get dizzy, you can perform a wrestling move a la No More Heroes. And you get rewarded health and slow-mo points, again, like in No More Heroes 3. If you're low on health, it can be good to risk it by getting close to an enemy. I want more things like that, not this arbitrary grenade toss move, only used in the tutorial, in my 3 hours of gameplay. The gameplay isn't the only thing rough around the edges. I say that visually, Killer Bean is at its weakest. The game is just lacking a clear art direction. The game just reeks of default free assets. I mean, the starting town is so bland, just boring buildings as well for the other randomly generated landscapes. It clashes with the visually distinct beanies or like beamers. Oh fuck, don't use that. The menus and text is also just very bland. The speech bubbles from the other characters look completely different from the menus. I mean, both are boring, but be consistent. Pick a struggle. Also, missing geometry is common and stretched out textures. At least the bullet dodging through the window looks cool. The music is simply just ripped from the movie, which isn't bad, as I generally do like the soundtrack despite being very sample-based. I believe there's some original tracks outside of the movie, but I don't know, I was watching SML in the background. Because unfortunately, the story isn't all that interesting. I tried to be invested, and kept in mind it is a fucking Killer Bean story, but towards the end of the playthrough, I was just skipping cutscenes as if they were my antidepressants. There's these other characters whom I can't remember their names, despite not shutting the fuck up. There isn't much story besides Killer Bean wanting revenge. At least the voice actors did their best with the script they got, and Vegas E-Trip reprising his role as Killer Bean was cool to see.
Yeah, bad for someone.
I mean, you don't need much explanation for the missions you go through. Each mission sees you just going to an island and either hacking shit or taking down flags, with the occasional damage sponge boss. I think the purpose or goal of the missions should vary a little more, but I understand that much can't be done when the main focus of gameplay is shooting people without thinking like the LAPD, so... And aside from weak economy and weapon upgrade system, the occasional vehicle scenario, and the very early stages of an online multiplayer, Killer Bean on PC is a very underbaked game. And that is an insult. That's the state of the game. It is currently being baked. It's a cake that has some good ingredients, but perhaps it should be stirred more and sit in the oven a while longer. It has promises, and for the very low retail price of $14.99, is worth getting. And if Jeff Luke keeps updating the game, then I can see it becoming something much more. Just check the credits. Look how small it is. It doesn't even cover the screen. The game is just like the movie. It is continuing. An indie passion project, not a cash grab. If it were, Jeff Luke would have just abandoned it, sell some merch tie-ins or things along the line. Honestly, I recommend it. Play it.